Hi everybody, we're going to do a quick review and a setup for Dungeon Quest. And what you first do, obviously lay down the board. You're going to shuffle each individual pile. And of course the back of the cards should match where they go on the board. So you shuffle each one of them. And after you do that, you shuffle and I just grab I don't know, like 20 of them or 15 tiles, and you'll be placing them as you go. So shuffle, grab a, you don't need a bunch. It comes with, I don't know, let's see. Oh, there's a bunch of tiles there, as you can see. But I just pick a few, because you don't need all of them. You'll probably die before you use probably half of that stack, I don't know. Anyway, so shuffle, grab a couple of those. Shuffle the ruin cards, monster deck, shuffle those, pick out your guy. I'm gonna be this lady. She's pretty cool. And then of course it comes with a bunch of other ones. Then you got your tokens. These are double-sided. This is like when you search a tile, you put that token down. This is for this side's for when you fail a roll, you basically can use these to lower your die total, which I'll get there in a little bit. And then you got a couple of your dungeon tokens and monster tokens. You got all those tokens where you can reach them. Of course, you got your life, and you got your die, and you got your sundial, or your sun token, which is basically the sundial. And you place it on start. So every time you're doing a turn, you're going to be advancing it. And when it runs to the very end, you lose. So that's two ways you lose this game. You run out of time, it closes and traps you forever, or you get killed by a monster or something. So that's basically the setup. That's all you technically need to do. Obviously make sure you have your learn to play by your side, because on the back has descriptions of what each tile does. So that would be handy. So that's basically the setup. So you got your sun token down, all your cards are shuffled, picked out a guy, and each guy, oh here it is, comes with their individual token and their matching figure. So, and you can place them anywhere you want. This is a solo game, so you can play with up to 4 people, one each corner. There we go, now we can see. So yeah, but I'm playing solo. So what you do is you pick a corner. I'll start there. What you're gonna do is, first, advance it once. The start player always does that, but it's a solo, so you're gonna be doing it every time. So once you advance that, you pick a tile, and what you do is before you actually look at it, you decide which way you want to go. And I'll just say I was gonna go up. So what you do is you have to go where the arrow is. So you have to place the arrow where you're moving. So once you move there, what you do is each tile, well, most tiles have this little logo here, which is the dungeon deck. So what you're doing is you're drawing this, you flip it over, and you resolve what it says. That's the first step you do. It says encounter monster. Originally, what you do is you draw from this deck and battle a monster, but guess what? My special ability is I can, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. It says, when you draw a dungeon card, which I just did, you may discard it and draw another one, which I'm going to do, because I don't want to battle a monster. Okay. So, this card is the crypt. So what it says is if they're not covered up, geez, that would help. It says the crypt deck, so I can draw. It's saying I can draw from here, from the crypt deck. If I was to do that, which I'm not going, I'll just do it for fun. Draw. Oh, of course, I had to draw. And resolve it. You know what? I'm not gonna do this quite yet because it's gonna get kind of detailed. But I just wanted to show you. Yeah, you face monsters, which I guess I can just do this. I'll just do it. Sorry. It says roll 1 die. 1 through 3, nothing happens. 4 through 6, the bone springs life and attacks you. You encounter a monster during this encounter and you cannot escape. So what you do? A 1. Guess what? Nothing happens. So I guess I'll just discard that. I'll just discard it underneath. I'll discard them underneath the decks. So that's basically my whole turn. I drew there. I decided not to do that because I have my special ability. So I drew another one. It says, you may search the crypt if you want. Oh, sure, I will do it. Oh, I just got encountered a monster. Sometimes there's loot in basically in every one of these. Except for maybe the door and the trap. I think those are the only ones that don't have loot in them. Anyway, so after you do that, that is the end of your turn. Now, if you see this icon, that's a search. So that's the end of my turn. So if I wanted to do, so you advance. It's my next turn. Now if I wanted to, I could search. So you take one of these tokens, you flip it on the search side, you put it right on there so you know you searched it. And of course you draw a search, but I'm not going to do that because I just don't want to. Anyway, so also on this tile, so this is my next turn, so I'm not going to search. I'm actually going to go this way. If I wanted to go forward, there's a door there, so I'd have to go to the door deck and draw and see what happens. Oh. It says the door opens and you may continue your turn as usual. So that would have been sweet, but I'm not going to go that way. So they all do something different. There's always traps. There's door won't open. So what you do is keep on trying every turn. I mean, you don't want to waste time on tiles. That's for sure in this game. So anyway, so my next turn I'm going to draw another one. And of course you have to see where the arrow is. And you place it like that. Move your guy. Remember it has this, it's like a, there you go. You draw that dungeon tile every time you see that. Or not dungeon tile, dungeon card. And another crypt, which, you know what, I'm not going to do that, because last time something bad almost happened. So I'm going to keep on going. So that's my second turn. So what you do, I'm on my third turn now. I'm going to go up, draw your card, or draw your tile, place it there, and you move, and it's got a dungeon. Draw it again, encounter monster. Look, my ability, that's why I love this guy. I'm going to draw another one. And this says, shuffle that in with this, and then draw another card. I'm not going to do that right now. I only have one hand. Now it says, Dead Adventurer. It says, you may loot the body for treasure if you choose to draw from the corpse card. So you go here, and you draw. I'm not going to do it, but I'll just show you. And it says, the corpse possesses nothing of value, nothing happens. So basically, that was kind of like a dud. So basically what you're trying to do, excuse me, I should have told you this. You're flipping tiles over to you're trying to make it to here. So let's just speed this up. So as you're going, let's just say if I finally make it there, you get to draw from this tile, or this deck. That's what you do, is you flip it over and see if he's sleeping. If he's not sleeping, or if he's sleeping, then you can draw from this. And this is a bunch of treasure you can get here. Lose all that money, all that loot. So each time that you get to stay, you get to draw 2 at a time. A lot of cool things are in there. But if you awake him, that's not good. So just one out of like, I think there's, I don't know how many cards there are, it's like 8 or something. Out of 8 cards, there's one guy that when he awakes, and you have to roll 2 die and you suffer that many wounds. So if I roll a 12, 2 6s, I would just die immediately. So, you know what, I'm just going to shuffle these a little bit. Put them back. So, and then once you do that, then you're trying to make it back without time running out or dying. So, let's go back to here again. I want to search. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search. So what you do is you obviously move up the sun dial or sun token, and you do make a turn. So either search, or I'm going to go through the door, or go left. I'm going to search. So I go to this deck, search. It says place a catacomb entrance on this chamber. So you do is you do this. You place that. That's the catacomb marker there, and that's the end of your turn. Oh, and you also, since I searched, you take this die or this token, place it there, so they know that you would have explored it. Now, and then it's my next turn again. And now I'm gonna go into the catacombs. And when you do this, take your guy, you exchange it for your little guy token. It has your picture on there. And what you do is when you do this, you're gonna figure out which way you want to go. So I want to go towards there. So I'm gonna point straight. See, it's pointing that way. So when you do this, you draw 1 card in the catacomb cards. So, and this one says, draw a trap card. So you go over to the trap cards, which are here, and it says, suffer 4 wounds and lose your next turn. So, I suffer 4 wounds. So I have, 8 more? 8 more life left. So, after I do that, I just lost a turn. So, I lost a turn, and I go again. And you draw another one, and you keep on going. So I lose another turn, so I keep on, so look, I'm like, basically, lost a turn, another turn, draw a card. It says, you've been bit by a spider while you're in the catacombs, roll 1 die at the start of your status phase. Sorry, status phase is start of your turn. It says suffer 1 wound, nothing happens. So basically what you're doing is basically wasting time in here. But every time you draw a card from the catacombs, let's just say I escaped, okay? Let's just keep on going. Where's the escape card? Let's just keep on going. Jeez, I would have gone forever. Holy moly. I'm trying to show you a good example here. Jeez, escape cards must be on the there's a bunch of them. It must be on the bottom. Well, here's one, but you have to roll for it. Let's just say if I got out. What you do is you count each card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just say there's 6 of them. You count them and say there's 6, and what you do after that is you count the spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you place them over 6, and then you rotate it 90 degrees any direction, and I'm gonna go up. And then when you do that, you roll a die, 5, and guess what? You go up 5. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you keep on going and you hit the wall, you continue. But when you hit the wall, you lose a life. So anyway, so when I do that, so it's just, I didn't hit the wall, but I stopped right there. I was like almost there, and it went way up there. So now what you do is, if you don't land, if there's not already a tile there, you replace it. And then you basically spawn in to that spot. Where's my guy? Over here. And you resolve what it says. You need a dungeon card. draw a dungeon card, and so on. So basically that's how you're moving through the game. You're drawing tiles, searching, trying to get through. You're trying to make it here. Of course, you know, let's just say if you're here, for instance. What did I just do with? Here it is. So if you're here, for instance, you're like one away to get there, right? You're like, oh, I just need one to get there, and this happens. Dead end. You're gonna have to go around and try to find another way in. So that's kind of a bummer in this game. A lot of twists, a lot of luck in this game. And also, I recommend if you do battle a guy, you draw from here, obviously. When you do battle a guy, I recommend using the chart here, where it's like 1 through 3, you get a wound, or 1 and 2, you get a wound. 3 through 4, you both get a wound. 5 through 5, they get a wound. 6, they get 2 wounds. And of course, this is their life. And if you didn't want to do that, what you do is you test your agility, which on your card, because I haven't really done any of this kind of stuff yet. On your card, there's your armor, your strength, your strength, your agility, armor, and then your luck. So what you do is you test your agility, which is -7. You have to roll 2 die always when you're testing stuff. So roll 2. I got a 10. I did not. You have to get 7 or lower. So I failed. So that means I didn't get to, because you can run away from these guys, and that's what I was trying to do, is run away, because I guess I was scared of them. Or if you want to battle them, you roll 1 die, like I said. 1, I'll get a wound, so you put 1 wound here, and you have to keep on battling them until someone dies. 3, that means we both get a wound, so he has basically 2 more. And you keep on going until like either he dies or you die. Or if you feel like he's too badass, you can try to run away. Excuse my language. Anyway. Also, in the beginning of your turn, or beginning of the game actually, you're supposed to actually get a ruin card. And these have special abilities. Like I said, this is discard after defeating a monster in combat, heal all your wounds. So that would have been awesome. So even if I got a bunch of wounds during this, guess what? You turn this in, and you heal all your wounds. Heal them all. Let's see. It does come with fighting cards, but I don't like to use these. I use the rolling the die method to battle, because this one's kind of dumb. Let's say if I was battling that guy, you randomly choose a card, and then he chooses the random, if it's a solo, you just shuffle them and draw one, and then you do the outcome. So like here it says, if the enemy card was a axe, he suffers 2 wounds, you get 0. So, but I don't like that, because you only get 3 cards. There's only 3 cards, and I don't know, dice are just better. I feel like it's just easier. Let's see, what else am I forgetting? Anything else? I think that's about it. So yeah, you're basically just drawing tiles. Anytime you have to test anything, let's do a different example here. Let's say you get, are there any tiles like that? Here we go. You get like a tile like that, you go and you land in there. It says you have to test your strength before you can move through that. So what you do, again, is you grab your 2 die, test your strength. So I have to get 5 or less with 2 die. Oh, I did. Wow, look at that. That's a good roll. So that means I can pass and continue my play as normal. Anytime you have any confusion on any of these tiles, they're all here. It explains what each of them do. This one says you test your luck, and if you fail, you die. So you fall into the thing and die. So there's definitely a tile where, I could get the first tile that and just die right off the bat. So there's definitely, you can die pretty fast in this game. So, and you only have Let's see if I can just find it really quick. So, status phase, you resolve any of the penalties you have on you. If you don't, then you just go to action phase. You can only do one, which is either you move, and then you resolve this, and that's one action, so that's one turn. So after you do that, then you move up. And if you wanted to search, that's another action. You need to spend another turn. Or if you want to go enter Catacombs, same thing. And every time you're in a catacomb, each card is a turn. Oh, there's an exit finally. So, wow, I just made a mess out of my table. But anyway, that's basically the little review and a setup of Dungeon Quest. Anyway, if you have any more questions, or if something wasn't very unclear, because sometimes I can be kind of unclear, just you just let me know, and I'll explain something in more detail. All right. Anyway, thank you for watching.